Hello and welcome to this evening's Full Force News Burst live. They happen a lot at the moment, don't they? Once again, I will preface this with apologies because I know the connection is going to be a bit iffy. So there's probably going to be some glitches. There's probably going to be a lot of that. So I apologize for any visual glitches that you are suffering through right now. You can see the Wi-Fi logo is kicking off in a big way. So anyway, that won't be. I'm in the process of trying to fix that. It's gonna be fixed on Friday. So apologies to everyone, to all my cheese bags. Yeah, that goes out to DGD Hype Productions. And hello, Paul Morales. Hello, Durant. Hello, everyone that's joining in and joining me for this News Burst live. So, hello, Agent Chuckles. So as the day progressed today, I was not expecting anything to really happen. So I was kind of like thinking, it's going to be an easy day. I'll get home. I won't have to do one of these. Lo and behold, Super7 have other thoughts. Now, I had also mentioned that I was going to be interviewing Brian Flynn. It's actually happening next week now. I think I will say one part due to the fact I can't read. The date was actually the 20th, whatever the next Tuesday is. And I thought it was yesterday that we were going to be doing that. That's not happening. That's happening next week. So I'll be interviewing Brian Flynn of Super7 next week. And it kind of makes a lot more sense now based on the fact they've just dropped some new product for the reaction line. And that's what we are talking about today. Standing at the edge of tomorrow today. What's that from? Can anyone tell me what that little thing is from? It's a deep cut from the 90s brethren. 90s, maybe even early 2000s. I think it was 90s. Anyway, hello everyone that's joining in the chat. Like I said, hello to everyone. Let's get stuck in then to the actual news and let's talk about what we came here to talk about. Yes, Super7 GI Joe Reaction Wave 4. Now, we actually, I say revealed, but we've known about this for some time. Listings leaked. Well, I say leaked. They weren't really leaked, were they? I think they just appeared on... I want to say they appeared on BBTS or something like that. I can't remember the exact ins and outs. Probably something I should have done in terms of research before this episode had aired tonight. But yeah, obviously the listings were out there. We knew about them. We've reported on them as well. And also the fact, I will say I'm a little disappointed, and I shouldn't have been because I should have known what was going to happen. But in the listings, it stated version 3 Cobra Commander, I believe, and version 4 Snake Eyes. Obviously, that just meant the versions within Super7's releases. So because of that, we didn't get Battle Armor Cobra Commander and version 4 Snake Eyes as we know and love him. We got some slightly different figures. But anyway, before we get into that, like the wave 4, let's talk about the army builders first. So first up, we get the green shirts appear again. Now, we've already had technically these green shirts in a slightly different deco. Phoebe's interested as well. Are you interested in this story, Phoebe? Yeah? She likes green shirts, obviously. So we have had them in like the kind of standard green shirt design with a light green shirt and dark green pants. And now we're getting them with a bit of camo thrown in there. Now, as far as I'm aware, this isn't like an homage from the show or anything like that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I believe this is Super7 kind of just throwing in their own little kind of addition to the line in much the same way that they've done with there's other thing with the Glow Patrol that came out over SDCC. That's their own thing. It doesn't really homage anything necessarily from the cartoons or the comics. But, and this is something that I will actually ask, I will be asking Brian Flynn about next week. And yeah, we'll be talking about all of this stuff. Grant Munier, Ruby Tarn Prime, says, I don't really understand the appeal of the reaction figures. I'm not trying to knock anyone. They just aren't for me. And that's something we come up quite a lot in our discussions about Super7 stuff. Grant, definitely, you're not the only person to feel that way. Eduardo, again, another kind of good point here that he's made here. Hello, they're all cool looking. I would have been all over these when I was 10, but now I'm all in on the classified line. Kind of where I am, actually, Eduardo, with these. It's nice to look at from a distance, but yeah, I'm nowhere near it. Hello, RKW1138. Hello, Kate Coco 1701 and A Punk with Toys as well. You've joined the chat too. To everyone chatting away, feel free to comment away, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like, you know, if you're feeling the video, if you're enjoying the bants, if you're enjoying talking about this kind of stuff, you know, throw us a like on Facebook, throw us a love on Facebook, throw us a care on Facebook. So do whatever you feel necessary, honestly. And please, yeah, like the video on YouTube if you want to, guys. Really appreciate all of your support and everything. Anyway, green shirts with a bit of camo thrown in. Andrew Clark also says, reaction doesn't greatly interest me, but I did just order a Quinn from the line, since who knows when we'll get a more robust figure of our favorite Inuit mercenary. Again, I think people, yeah, there's a pick and choose kind of thing going on here, Andrew, as well, isn't there, I think. And Ryan Shunick says, I'm really looking forward to Super7 GI Joe Ultimates. Oh, Ryan, they look so good, don't they, bud? Christoph Black is a fan of the Super7 line. I have to say, Christoph, as well, I think I am a fan of it, but I just can't collect it all because there's too much. And, you know, you have to, like I said, there has to be like a line drawn at some point. And Ed mentions, while I couldn't afford all of the releases, I will happily grab a figure like Sunbow CoverGirl because this is likely the only shot we'll get at this design. Well, let's talk about the rest of those as well. It won't actually segue into that, unfortunately, Ed. Got a little while before we get to that particular figure. But RKW1138 says, if people didn't buy them, then they wouldn't keep making them. Yeah, good point. Very good point, RKW. They must be doing something crazy, because we're seeing like 6-9 figure waves of blooming, you know. Anyway, so yeah, we've got white and brown, or pink and brown as they call the skin tones from Super7. Pink and brown with kind of helmet and goggles and helmet goggles and sorry, it's helmet, goggles on helmet, and helmet, goggles over our eyes variations across 2 skin tones here, brown and pink. We've also got some rifle variations as well. It's the Sunbow rifle, the M16 that we've seen used a few times, and I think that's like I want to say that's the flamethrower. Is it the flamethrower, guys? I think it is. It's pretty cool anyway. It looks like a super soaker. So anyway, yeah, you've got those. Except you're not getting water sprayed on, you're getting flames, the opposite of a super soaker. The opposite, a super burner is what it is. Anyway, WJ says body massage, or body massage, as it's said in the the parody film, the Fensler parody film. Jay Doran says the camo troopers from the scene in Revenge of Cobra, where Lady J, Gung Ho, and Shipwrecker are at the temple to retrieve a Weather Dominator piece. I'll have another look at that, Jay, and just follow up on that, because that's possible. It's possible they have appeared in the cartoon. However, I will say this: is it next up? No, it's not. I thought I had. Sorry, let me just double check something, because I thought I had put in other images. I have. Why have they not appeared on here? I think it's because I didn't upload the latest thing. Okay, I'm going to try while I'm on here to upload the latest slides. I apologize for this, guys. Very unprofessional of me. But you know, these things take ages to prepare. I'm kind of constantly toing and froing about what to add and what to remove. And yeah, so hopefully this doesn't destroy everything. We'll see how this works in a second. Fingers crossed, everyone. And boom, start from the beginning again. I'm going to remove that from the studio, and I'm going to just, yay! It worked without too much of a visual mess. Audibly, yes, it was a mess. But anyway, the G.I. Joe Trooper, and like I said, the reason I didn't think it was anything specifically from the episodes was because every time I've seen the green shirts, they've always just been general, you know, generic, actual green shirts, no camo. And then the image they chose looks like a green shirt from a green shirt scene, and they've added the camo after the fact. That's what I was getting at. On the card back. Well, there's another interesting element of the card back, which you can actually see on the screen at the moment, which again we'll be getting to momentarily. But I'm going to check those out, Jay, because I think that's a good shout, that they could either be from Revenge of Cobra, or was it the Primords? You say Primords episode? Was that Primordial Plot, or are you talking about the name they gave those kind of like, how to say it, kind of like Neanderthal type creatures in that one episode when they're racing after that satellite. Was it Satellite Down? I can't remember the episode name. Anyway, sorry, Jay. But yeah, I'll double check on those just to make sure that is the case. But from what I could tell, I couldn't find any. I went camo tonight, look, see, but I couldn't find any evidence of camo green shirts. Oh, sorry, Loco. Nice. Let's talk Joes to make me feel better from my job where I'm exploited, like if I was Cobra Commander's personal secretary. I bet you don't. I bet you're not the only person that feels that way, Loco. But I'm glad that this might be helping in some way. And I hope the glitching and all the glitchy stuff is not causing enough, enough to make you kind of go, ah, it is me. What we got going on here? We'll get RKW. We'll get to that a bit later on. All will become clear later on. It's not just about Super 7 tonight. We're covering a couple of topics. One of them is something that I posted the other day and is related to classified. X Factor 17, absolutely love the artistic approach that Super 7 uses when doing various lines and the deep dives they take in order to provide unique products. I just wish the articulation was better on the toys. I mean, absolutely, X Factor 17. That's how you feel about it, and I agree with you. I think the artistic approach they use is insane. The deep dives are great. I love all of the the artwork on the figures is really nice as well. Shout out to Jason Edmiston, who does most of that, I think, if not all of it, on the reaction cards, and they look beautiful. Anyway, Raymond Thies says, I'm going to get the one with the goggles down. Usually I pick one of the army builders I like, but I get all of the named characters. Love the card art. Absolutely. That's almost as all in as you could get, Raymond, honestly. And I don't blame you for not being able to get all of the army builders, honestly. The bat does look cool, Aaron. We'll get to that in a second. So jealous of the file cards being all English. It's a shame that they can't do, whatever country they're in, just give it the full whack of that particular country's release. It's just not practical in some situations anymore. And obviously, I don't think Super 7 have it everywhere, do they? Eduardo says, I must say I prefer this reaction poly over the peg-legged one we're getting in the classified line. I'm really perturbed by that peg leg. I can't stand imagining the backstory or tragedy behind that. It's the stuff of nightmares. I get what you're saying, bud. Yeah, on that one. Poor Polly. What has she gone through to get a peg leg in the classified line? But yeah, let's move on then. I will come back. I'll try and come back to as many of the comments as I can. But we'll move on to the female Cobra Troopers. These look really cool again, and also beautiful artwork from Jason there. Again, very dynamic, awesome, cool pose going on. I just really like what he's doing on the card art on this with these. And again, we get multiple skin tones. We get brown and pink, and we get different hair cuts, colors, styles. But yeah, cuts, lengths, and color. So you've got long hair, kind of ponytail. You've got medium hair, I think red. You've got long blonde as well. Long blonde, long black, short black, short black in both brown and pink skin tones. And you get short black and medium red and medium black in, again, both skin tones again. So I don't know if they have Y&H backs on these, Aaron. I don't think they do. I think these ones are all the same, female trooper wise. Thanks, Soda, for downloading Hoarder. Check it out, HOARDAR. You can get it on both Android and iOS apps. And you can upload your collections, like items that you just get, or you can just make a status update to say, hey, I got a delivery, or look at my cool display, that kind of cool thing. So yeah, check that out. It's wicked. And thank you, Soda, for getting that as well. Taco Jennings says, when you talk to Brian Flynn, could you ask about Transformers crossover characters like Marissa Fairborn, Flint and Lady J's daughter, and Old Snake? Actually, I might actually throw that in, Taco. Thanks for the suggestion, because that is something I haven't even given thought to really kind of cover in the past. So I'll see if Brian's up for chatting about any opportunities for crossover stuff, and if it gets a little bit muddied I know obviously you're dealing with the same company, it's Hasbro. But even so, throw in Takara in there maybe as well. but I don't know if how complicated or even what their particular contract stipulates for that, Taco. But I will definitely thank you for that. That's actually a really solid, awesome suggestion. Thank you. I'll have to make a note of that somewhere and also shout you out, Taco, for suggesting it, because that's a good one. Let me do that now, rather unprofessionally, while I'm trying to do an episode. Anyway, I'll hide that for now. Thank you very much, Taco, for that comment, and I'll leave it up on screen while I talk about the rest of this and multitask, which I just cannot do. Yes, so see, immediately I can't multitask. Crossover questions. Okay, done. Thank you for that. Now, like I said, female Cobra Troopers, they all look cool. Down for it. Loving it. Also, you kind of wonder at what point, because like female Cobra Troopers is now such a kind of like staple in GI Joe, modern 4-inch. It's all over Super 7. Wonder if it's going to come to classified. You got to wonder, haven't you? At some point, that I've got a feeling we'll probably see a female Cobra Trooper at some point. Fingers crossed. Actually, that would be dope. What else we got? Satellite Down, says Jay. Yes, as we were talking about earlier, the Primords in Satellite Down. Thank you. I thought that's what you were getting at. Not at all, Grant. I hope I didn't come off as rude. While I may not get the appeal, there are some figures that look good in the packaging. Totally, man. Like it's either for you or it ain't, isn't it? So don't worry about it. Like if you want to comment about this stuff and you want to talk, get the discussion going, it's all good. Like I said, Aaron, I don't think they have Y&H backs, but I think I've just seen your comment again for the second time. So I don't think they do. I think they all come as a standard figure. I don't think they have both because mainly I think the homage there was because you saw it in the cartoon. There were two different kind of versions of it. Maybe it was cartoon and comic. Anyway, there were two different versions that existed in visual form. I don't think the same can be said about the female Cobra Troopers, who utilized this image on the back of their card. Now, there are multiple, examples of female Cobra Troopers in the Sunbow series, so not an issue for getting them on the back of the card. In the same way that they may have had to doctor some of the Sunbow art on the green shirt with the camo on it. Anyway, anywhosen, where are we now? Windblade says now we just need Hasbro to do some more like Super 7. Yeah, and like I think like I was mentioning there about female Cobra Troopers, that would be pretty dope, wouldn't it, actually? Jim Smith says I love the Super 7 lines for Joe's. Just bought some army builders on vacation for $10 each. Yeah, they certainly are expensive initially, but I see them at quite cheap quite often. Like they'll be on like they'll be in like an FYE or something, and they'll be marked down. So if you are on the fence with these because of the price, I'm pretty sure like Wave 1, Wave 2, and possibly even Wave 3 are all kind of reduced at this stage. So yeah, the articulation. Toys of the Jedi. The articulation was one of the main draws of GI Joe when I was a kid, and was the toy that drew me away from 5-point of articulation Star Wars. Chalk these up as not for me. Totally, understand that point of view, Toys of the Jedi, and it is an absolutely valid one. This is more. I think this is more of like a, and I know what you're getting at. The GI Joe never really, other than Action Force, Palatoy Action Force, GI Joe as a brand never really had the 5-point of articulation era necessarily. So I kind of understand that to a degree, but and if it isn't for you, it isn't for you. Totally understand that. The ponytails are against Cobra regulations. Could be. Adam says these new figures are cool, but my heart belongs to the O-ring figures. Absolutely agree with again, I not agree with you. I totally understand that point of view, Adam. Totally. Like I said, like I like these, and I would be picking them up if I could, practically do so. But it just it's not in the monetary or space scenario that my life finds itself in. Grant says, I can see people buying the Troopers to add to both of their ranks, as well as the Arctic Rescue set from the Mass Device storyline. Yeah, I think people have done that. A lot of people bought a ton of the sailors, didn't they? And they were all on the flag, and they look incredible as like backup kind of figures to some of the O-rings. Raymond says, yeah, you got to expect female Troopers in it classified at some point, definitely. Yeah, I think $20 is the new price point, isn't it? Let's have a look on. Yeah, it looks like that's the case. $20. My goodness, they were 17 originally, weren't they? They might be 17 on like BBTS, and I don't know if BBTS have them yet. They probably would have made a post and that probably would be on Facebook right now, on my page if they have done. If not, you could probably just search for them. They might not be on there yet, though. They might be on Super7 first, and then follow up on BBT. Usually BBTS lead, don't they? Or Entertainment Earth usually drop them first. Anyway, by the by, sorry, I've missed loads of comments, but it's too much. Anyway, next up, we have this wave of figures. So we've got Revenge of Cobra, specifically Revenge of Cobra, Deco, Zartan, with his backpack, his little mask, his little disguise mask, and his pistol. Very cool, actually. I kind of like the Zartan. I think he looks pretty dope. And again, beautiful artwork. Great work, Jason. Again, you absolute machine. Cobra Commander with his cape and snakeling star, or snake serpent star. I think it's called the serpent staff. Anywho, I've seen a few people were kind of messaging saying, hey, his cape is supposed to be red and black. Yeah, in some cases it is. But if you've watched the Mass Device, it ain't. In the Mass Device, that thing was pink as F. So, yeah, that is why this particular Cobra Commander has a pink cape. It is to homage this. There you go. Look at that. Kind of like a shocking pink, isn't it? Kind of pinky purple. I don't know. It's just pink, isn't it? But yeah, that is why that Cobra Commander has said cape coloring. Anyway, yeah, so that's Cobra Commander. Again, it's another Cobra Commander in it. It's like the 900th Cobra Commander. And it's chrome head face thing. And it's just like, at what point do we have enough Cobra Commanders? Because I think we do. I think the point is now, unless you do something cool like Battle Armor Cobra Commander, or even the much maligned version 4, was it Cobra Commander, the blue and the red faceplate and everything. Anyway, do something a little bit different, or Cobra Commander in his disguise with his long tash and ponytail. Using his disguise, his face. Yeah. Sorry, this is some good comments coming in here. And Jamie Voyan said, I'm going to change my username to Hill Neil as a repaint of Neil Hill just to cause chaos. Absolute genius in jokes we've got going on here in the comments. I love it, guys. Yeah, Shipwreck is the next one. Luke Poulon says, they only show 6 camouflage green shirts and 6 female Cobra Troopers. They could easily do 9 of each. Do you know if they will add more? Not that I will want more. My wallet is happy with 6 of each. I don't know, because I did think that, Luke. I thought that before the stream, and I checked Super7 to see if they had like maybe 9, and they were just showing 6. But no, they have in the past done 6 army builders. Then they've done 9. It just depends on how they feel, I guess. I think with the green shirts, they're probably thinking, we did 9. I think they did 9 of the green shirts, didn't they? So maybe people aren't necessarily going to want, 9 camouflage green shirts. I don't know. Maybe I can ask Brian that next week if we haven't seen more. So maybe I'll throw that in. Yeah. Yes, Taco. Yes, the episode Transformers of Old Snake had synthoids of Hot Rod, Springer, RC, and Ultra Magnus, and I bet all of them would make great ultimates and reactions. Didn't we get or almost get those figures in the modern era? I think we did, didn't we? I know Adam Riches has done RC artwork, card artwork. Did we get 2 of them? I think it was just RC and who was the other one? Was it Rodimus? I can't remember. I don't think it was Ultra Magnus. But they were going to do more, weren't they? I can't. It's been so long now. Things are leaving my brain and from the modern era. The modern era. It's not even the modern era anymore. Soda Popinski says the female gunner from the HISS tank has the same armor sculpt on the arms as the Cobra Trooper. It's not the same arms. It's a completely different figure. It's a completely different figure because there isn't a female. It's a female body, isn't it, Soda? So that doesn't exist. But yeah, they could definitely use some of the build for a female trooper, definitely. But yeah, it's not like they created a gunner like based on a figure that exists in the classified line. Neil says at their new price of $20 a piece, I'm going to be very judicious about which of these I buy. I think that is the case. It's weird that the prices have gone up, but then obviously there's loads reduced. It's like, I don't know, that trying to make the most out of that initial hit, I guess. Hello, Mike Hext. Aaron E. Nichols says, yes, Books A Million had a recent sale for them at $10 each. I stocked up. It's worth doing, I think, if you're into it. Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to get to every comment. And plus, you guys are talking about, all sorts at the moment. So, yes. So we've got, like I said, Zartan, Cobra Commander. Then we get Shipwreck. Shipwreck is obviously always looking like that. So it's like an homage of his Sunbow appearance, obviously. Looks like a removable poly and a pistol and a hook and rope sort of vibe where he can hold the hook and the rope is kind of curled up a little bit, which is kind of cute as well. Nice little additions of the with the accessories there. And also, this is a new figure complete. Well, I'm guessing the sailor parts have been utilized again, maybe, but that is a new head sculpt because it's Shipwreck's head sculpt. It has a snakeling hat on it, doesn't it? Which is another good point because I just got a text message from 80s Tease. That's some hard, that's not directly from that, I mean what do you call it? I don't mean like a personal message. I mean like a promotional thing. Anyway, I always get nervous about 80s Tease stuff. So I'm thinking, oh, what artwork have they revealed by accident? Yeah, it was RC and Rodimus. Thank you, Robert H, that I was thinking of from Only Human. Thank you very much. That's what I was trying to think of because I knew Adam Richards did the artwork for them, and I love that RC artwork that he did. And I have those figures as well, Robert. So what is wrong with me? Just honestly, the life of a collector is weird, isn't it? Yeah, so Shipwreck, awesome. Polly, fantastic. Get in there. It was always expected. I can't believe that we've had to wait till wave 4 and 300 figures before we got a Shipwreck in, in the standard reaction line. Anyway, it's there. There's your Shipwreck. Awesome. Ahoy. We also get a Sunbow accurate battle android trooper, which is dope, isn't it? I'm actually going to come. I was about to segue into Snake Eyes, wasn't I? And then I didn't. I went elsewhere because I got sidetracked. That is how bad I am. But anyway, battle android trooper, Sunbow accurate head shape. It's brilliant. It's so awesome, and it looks like some sort of cool goings on in the kind of chest area as well. Because I'm excited to see how they kind of approach the not lenticular, because it'll probably be like glass covered, I imagine. Maybe like some sort of like not glass, but like kind of a see-through transparent plastique going on there. Anyway, that's the Battle Android Trooper. Very awesome and very Sunbow as well. Love that with the red faceplate and everything. So awesome. Good work on that. Cover Girl. They did her blonde. I think a lot of us knew this was going to happen. Pat and I spoke about them doing a Cover Girl from the Master Vice, and that is from the Master Vice, the first miniseries, and that's what we get. Also, can we talk about how hench Timber looks in this screenshot? By the way, he looks like a dude wearing a wolf costume. It's hilarious. But anyway, Cover Girl, blonde hair, awesome, and really like that they've kind of gone that way with the figure. The artwork again is glorious from Jason, and I imagine if we'll get another Cover Girl with the different hairstyle, and I imagine it will be on a similar artwork as well with just the head changed. But again, awesome. Anonymous dude says, I'm sorry, Chris. I just want to stream where you do impressions. Zarana, I didn't know it was you. I'm not doing all of them. Or am I? All hail Cobra Commander. The great snake rules forever. And I'll be back. There you go. I've done all of them now, and on the stage, you can relax. Yeah, so Cover Girl, that's awesome. Very happy about that. And Snake Eyes, this is like typical, in it. Typical maneuver. Take his hat off and redo him again. We've already had the Snakeling in the SDCC box set. It's awesome, but then they do it again. They give us the disc on this one as well, which is also in the SDCC box set, I believe, the disc that he comes with. And he gets the hatless head. Actually, one thing I did kind of like completely gloss over, all the accessories that comes with the bat. I didn't even think about that, but my God, they've stacked the bat with, like, you know, the backpack, all the hand attachments, a bloody huge rifle, another like a blaster. There's a lot of stuff there on Battle Android Trooper. Completely glossed over that, and I apologize. I also glossed over Cover Girl's rifle as well, which, you know, has that already been done? Has that already been done in the reaction line? I can't remember. But obviously it's Dukes and Stalkers as well. So yeah, I am kind of excited to see that rifle if it hasn't already been used. Again, I can't remember if it has or not. But also Snake Eyes, no hat, and a disc. There you go. And obviously we've already looked at Cobra Commander's pink cape, which is amazing, and Timber on steroids, which is just absolutely hilarious, isn't it? But yeah, that is, to a degree, the releases. Now, what else are we talking about today? Ninja Coup. So they have in the past, I will preface this, they have in the past put Target exclusive or exclusive product images on the back of the cards as well. Now, not all the time, but they have precedent for it. I think Snake Eyes and Cobra Commander both appeared on the card backs in the early first few waves. And they were, you know, again, those particular figures were Target exclusives. Now, that's why I've got a feeling this Ninja Coup will probably be another in-store exclusive, because it hasn't been revealed with this wave. It might be a repaint that they reveal in wave 5. It might very well be. But this is on the card back of Zartan, who's in the newest wave. And Ninja Coup, obviously a repaint of Storm Shadow, doing the history here. Nuevos Heroes, Argentinian release in like 84, 85. And basically a black costume repaint, and also a black skin tone, I will add, on the O-ring figure. So I kind of hope they do a similar thing this time and don't make it Storm Shadow, but make it something else. I think well, obviously the other one is Red Ninja, isn't it? So they used Satan, aka the homage of Satan from Argentina, as a Red Ninja repaint of Storm Shadow and called it the Red Ninja. So that's what they did there. And obviously they gave him Satan's, you know, homage weapons. So I kind of hope that they go full on here and they give, you know, the skin that you can see a black skin tone, because I think that'd be a lovely homage to Cobra Black, you know, Ninja Coup from back in, like I said, the Argentinian Plastorama release in, well, it said on Yojo possibly 84 or 85. So it's probably late 84, early 85, or probably just in 1985. Because it was obviously, was it 84 Storm Shadow? So it would have been repainted, obviously sent to Plastorama to do the tooling wise, or they just allowed them to use the tooling in the same factory. I don't know how that works. I think Plastorama did, I can't remember. They would have had a different factory, I think. I'll have to ask Pat. Anyway, I would, yeah. So yeah, there you go. Ninja Coup is coming in the reaction line. So they'll repaint that Storm Shadow again, and they'll also utilize that artwork again by the looks of it, because obviously you look at that artwork and then look at that artwork, it is the same as Storm Shadow with just a few different minor alterations, I believe. Obviously deco. But yeah, coolsies. So I saw that, and also shout out as well for noticing this actual image with the green circle and everything. PG_toys on Twitter. Paige Wagner, of course. We all know Paige as one of the WAG Bros. Well, I know him as one of the WAG Bros. Paige and Greg, as my voice broke there. Big shout out to the WAG Bros. They are awesome. If you're not following Paige on Twitter, you should be. If you're on Twitter and you're not following Paige, you should be. He posts loads of beautiful shots of his collection, of their collection, and also like all of loads of cool. It's just a great page to follow. Shout out to the Wag Bros. I love you guys so much and miss you so much as well. It's been so long since we hung out, so many years. So anyway, yeah, shout out to Wag Bros and also to Paige for that image. Anyway, and I think Greg was the one that spotted this as well. So shout out to Greg as well for actually spotting that Ninja Coup was on the back of the card. And from now on, that's what I'm going to be doing. And that's how we check. That's how we drive. From now on, that's how you drive. Anyway, coolsies. Next up, like I said, there's Ninja Coup, Argentina, Nuevos Heroes, and of course the in the similar kind of way that they did the Red Ninja very recently, which was a Target exclusive. Okay, well, guess what? We're moving topics slightly from what do you call it, Super 7, and we're switching topics. So because we're switching topics, this is going to happen. Yeah, we're switching topics quickly to discuss what I posted yesterday, which was like a little. I know like everyone has done this, by the way. Like shout out to His Tank. They put a vote out on their forums, didn't they? And it's not like everyone hasn't been talking about this for like the last over a month. Yes, it's the His Tactician. And I posted yesterday, I thought, let's just throw a graphic up and see what people are kind of feeling, see, get a gauge of where people are at. Because from the comments, it seemed to me that black and red kind of led the number 2 on screen at the moment, seemed to kind of lead the way a little bit. But then I was seeing a lot of love for purple. So it's been quite a interesting kind of experiment, I guess, putting this out. I put it out on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm going to collate all the results and see exactly where we are, maybe put it into some sort of graphic if I can be bothered. And we'll talk about it on Saturday if it hasn't already been dropped by then, like the vote hasn't already dropped by then. Because that's the other thing, like I'm kind of expecting very soon Hasbro to send an email out and say, we've charged you, here's your vote, let's go. Who you're voting for. I'm not going to go into what everyone is saying in the comments, obviously, because it's just going to be numbers, isn't it? But you know what I'm talking about. It was an interesting kind of thing to put out there and see what kind of the feeling was. Now, personally, I have bounced around every single one of these and had some strong feeling for each one. So if we look at number 1, it's proper sleek, isn't it? It's proper sexy, majorly black with just the logo as silver, and it looks cool. And I think all black with the silver logo would do very well with that collection of figures and kind of give it a really ominous, but also very, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? You know how they talk about the deluxe figures classified? They talk about them as having like a deluxe feel, or I forget the term they use now. Just like a classier level. And I think all black with the silver logo is very, very classy, understated. I think would work really well for a tactician as well. Anyway, 1. So I was looking at 1 and I was thinking, that's pretty dope. 2 is the clear, I would say clear favorite. Yeah, I think I wouldn't even say edging. It's a clear favorite, let's just say. And that's without me even really collating all the information, because black and red or 2 comes up more than any other than I noticed anyway. And that's Ron Rudat's favorite, number 2 as well. So if that's kind of gonna kind of affect anyone's kind of decision making, then I think 2 was his favorite. 3 is it's kind of in between 1 and 2 in my opinion. You've kind of got you've got the silver visor, you've got the red logo, but then you've got the all black that number 1 kind of dominate that uses. So there's that. I think between 1, 2, and 3, you can't really go wrong, honestly. And I think a lot of people saying, I quite like all these, and I'm getting just numbers, just it's like the Fibonacci code people were sending me. So 1, 2, or 3, you can't really go wrong, I don't think. But then we'll get to the back end here. So 4 is another pretty cool looking one. It's like one that has just kind of hit Super Mario's little fire emblem, and he just starts flashing in random places. So, so like he's collected whatever that like the little it's like the little plant is a little fire plant, and now his legs and his wrists are glowing. Or he's yeah I'm thinking of the I forget the word for it when you get what do you call it, guys? I'm failing massively here. You know when you get that thing that you can't be beat then for a certain period of time. You're like become completely. It doesn't matter. I'll move on. But anyway, that's what this one kind of reminds me of. It looks like certain parts of him are kind of flashing, and it would be like almost looks like a negative image, doesn't it? Looks like a negative picture of like 2 or 5 or whatever. But anyway, really, really awesome again. And I wouldn't be upset. I've gone through each one and I've gone, you know what? I wouldn't be bothered. Whatever one we got, I would be like, cool. This is cool. I like it. So yeah, it doesn't really bother me too much. I know a lot of people are kind of really hung up on how it looks with the other figures, and that's totally fine. Like, because you want to display them all together, don't you? I get that totally. So I understand that some maybe don't have the same like visual vibe that others do. But yeah, I think 1 to 4, you can't really go wrong. Now 5, the reason I immediately discounted 5 was not even because I don't like it, because he looks great and it looks cool in that blue. And I really like the fact that the chest plate is a different color finally. It's the only one with a different color chest plate, by the way. Everyone else is black, I think. Yep. So they have that kind of like silver chest plate with the black logo. So straight away, we've got some kind of different cool stuff going on. Anyway, I think it looks dope. But the reason I immediately discounted it was because I was thinking Rip It. You know, I was just thinking Rip It's probably going to happen at some point. Yeah, a few people have said that in the comments. Windblade, yep. So because of that, I was kind of like, you know what? As much as I think a blue Hiss Tactician with the red figures, it wouldn't look out of place. I think it would look, I mean, just like the Troopers don't look out of place on, you know, what you call it, on the Dio shots. I think it would have a similar effect. Like it kind of breaks up the kind of the color in that a little bit. But anyway, yeah, that is what I'm going to say on blue on 5, and that is the only reason I discounted it, because I just expect Rip It to happen at some point in the future. There's definitely that. I think that's definitely on the cards. By the way, they're going to do another Hiss tank, not necessarily a HasLab, not necessarily a HasLab, but they'll do another kind of, you know, minimized features Hiss that will just have like the back door, probably a retro cockpit, retro panels, and just the guns. They'll probably have that. Obviously, they're going to have the back door. You know what I mean? Like in terms of features, I was going to list out features, but I stopped, and then it sounded like I was an idiot, because obviously they'd have the back door because that's in the tooling, McLeod. But anyway, so I expect Rip It at some point. And in terms of 6, the purple, that is another one that I immediately looked at and was like, oh, that's awesome. I love that. But standalone, more so than within the group of figures, you know, like the gunner and the driver. And I think, again, you know, a lot of people have mentioned that. That's why they wouldn't have the purple one. But a lot of people want something different. So it's going to be interesting where this lands. It does look, from what I can tell on both Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, that you guys, and I'm sure some of you are voting twice, and that obviously is probably happening for obvious reasons. You're following us on multiple platforms. But even so, I still think black and red is probably in the lead here. And that, by black and red, I mean number 2. Okay. So I just wanted to, I wanted to talk through that anyway, because I thought it was an interesting topic. And obviously you guys are going crazy. Mike says 5 looks like he's wearing a bib. Well, now I can't unsee that. Thanks, Mike. Christopher Goslant says, I wish they'd make all the colors and include a random. Could you imagine? God, that would drive so many people mad. All the completists would go crazy. Ed says Techno Vipers only collect info on how many miles a stun has before its next tune-up. Absolutely. I want to see that Dio shot of them getting the information from a stun. Actually, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Christoph Black says it'd be nice as a box set, just to really push home Ron Rudat's color studies. Absolutely. Anonymous dude says the purple one does machines, and I get that reference because I'm a huge Turtles fan. Yeah, Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines. That's a fact. Anyway, Robert H says, well, to continue the Mario comparisons, 2 looks like it got the red star from Galaxy, and now I want to see him flying through the sky. See, we cover all the different things here, Robert, including Nintendo. Yeah. Well, anyway, there you go. That is what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. Anyway, with Super 7 and, of course, the kind of the vote, which is going to be coming very soon, I imagine. So keep an eye out on your emails. I know it's going to be shared immediately as soon as it happens from all of the sites, as it always does. And everyone's going to be all over that, like, all over that, like purple on 6. Anyway, I've got one more thing to talk to you guys about, or to mention, and that is if you were watching the weekly last week, you would have seen that we're running a competition. Yes. So I am going to just quickly play this for a second. Yes, we are giving away a set of these awesome classified figures to one of our lucky viewers / listeners. That's right, one of you lot could be getting your grubby paws on a classified Spirit, Storm Shadow and a Cobra officer. But how, I hear you all scream? Well, all you have to do is comment on this video on Facebook or YouTube with your answer to the following question. What episode of the Sunbow cartoon saw Storm Shadow and Spirit battle against each other for the first time? Let us know in the comments and we will reveal the winner on next week's show. Now get to commenting and good luck. Absolutely. I thought I'd throw it on in the week on Wednesday just to remind everyone, if you hadn't jumped on this competition, you were interested in picking up a Storm Shadow, Cobra officer and Spirit again, or for the first time. Like I said, we are giving a set away. And all you have to do, you can actually do it on this video as well. If you want to comment on this video, that's valid 100%, and I will accept that. Or you can find the weekly that we did last week and you can comment on there. But honestly, I don't mind. If you're going to comment on it, I know what you're talking. Yes, it's open to foreign people, Toys of the Jedi. This is a worldwide competition. So yes, open to us foreigners indeed. If you want to go for it and attempt, we'll like I said, we'll be picking a winner next week. And what we'll do then, once we have a winner, is we'll let them know shortly. I think probably on the Friday night, and then on Saturday we'll reveal the winner, and then go from there. And who knows, there might be another competition for you next week as well. So there you go. So like I said, if you know the answer to the question, what Sunbow episode did Spirit and Storm Shadow first battle in, then let us know in the comments. And funny enough, until I on the weekly, I mentioned a hint because some of the comments that were coming in were not correct. So it's one of those things where you have to be very careful about what episode you choose for that. And I won't say it's not a trick question. I'm not doing the, excuse me. It's not a trick question. It's not one of those things where it's like, but the bumper in episode 1 of this and that and the other, like I said, what's coming next in the next episode. No. What is the exact Sunbow episode they actually do battle in? That is the question. It's very simple. It's one winner, Luke Poulon, and the one winner will get all 3 of those wonderful figures. So there you go. Okay, there you go. That's all the information for that. Like I said, if you want to comment on this video, either on YouTube or on Facebook, if you've already done it, you've already done it, and it's fine. I just thought it might be worth letting you guys know again. Anyway, and we have had quite a lot of people jump in, so that's great. Anyway, right. Next up then is, I'm just going to switch to my face and we'll close the show out. How does that sound? I also forgot to, this always happens. There you go. Graphics McLeod, forgetting things. Not that it matters. I mean, it's not like I was hiding anything in this area, but it does remove a bit of the facade, doesn't it, when the graphic is not on screen? Anyway, lols. Just put it down to my being an absolute ditz today. Yeah, anyway. Renegade Biker says, hey, Chris, I have a better question for you, and that is what episode had the Cobra water robots in it? Pyramids of Darkness episode 1, I think? Or was it before then? There's my answer. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I remember it being in that first episode when, and I love those water robots. I think they're fantastic. I'd love to see Super7 do that, honestly. Anyway, that's what I also wanted to mention. Obviously, Brian Flynn, next week, I'll be talking to him and getting that video edited, hopefully for later in the week, probably like Thursday, Friday time. So to all my cheese bags, stay fresh. Stay fresh cheese bags is what I should have said. And like I said, I'll be back very soon. We've got the weekly on Saturday. We've got a lot more to talk about now. Thank you, Super7. And yeah, keep your eyes open for that vote. Can you hear that? Please tell me you can hear that. Anyway, I will see you guys on the next one. It's been an absolute pleasure, as it always is. After 3, 1, 2, 3, full force with sirens in the background. Later. That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.